Hello and welcome to a very special football event. The 2008 season marked 150 years of Australian rules football. To celebrate this milestone, the AFL, in conjunction with Channel 7, commissioned a documentary that will take you further into our great game than ever before. Tonight you will see a revealing snapshot of what makes us love this game so much.
You know, I love playing footy with you blokes.
You'll be taken to places no fan has gone before as we follow the fortunes of 10 footy clubs throughout the 08 season. From the elite, you will have a front row seat to the inner sanctum of our top clubs.
Enormous character, we know we've got it.
We can get them because we've picked hard, ruthless competitors.
Throughout the season and on grand final day.
Boys, just come in close. Come on.
And we take you to the grassroots, the wide-eyed enthusiasm of our kids. To the clubs that keep a country town going.
One word I've got here, one word only, it's selfish footballers.
To the Middle East, where the game is bringing people together. You'll see and hear a champion from a completely different view.
Here comes Johnny, superstar.
And meet the young hopefuls entering the big league. The journey starts and finishes with a dream shared by anyone who's played the game. You'll see the intimate moments of the players that reach the ultimate, an AFL premiership. This is the essence of the game.
Ah, boys, come on.
Do something! Do! Don't think, don't hope, do!
Not only you got to play it moment by moment, contest by contest. Do not accept what's going on.
There are no tomorrows. This is the ultimate stage. Go out and enjoy it. Come on.
In every game there is going to be a crossroad. And when you get to that crossroad, you either step up or you step down.
At least you can come off and say, I did this, or I shivered it, or I played on. At least I did something for the sake of the side. Do! Act!
You did not go hard enough. Unless you reassess some of these goals here about how tough and hard we have to be right across the board, we're going to be bridesmaids. I can guarantee you that.
Years ago, amongst the tree-lined fields of this parklands, the very first game of Australian rules was played. 100 years ago, the game had spread far and wide across the nation. Its popularity and growth was astounding. 50 years ago, a bloke named Corker, a tough, nuggety rover, was dazzling the locals up in the Otways. Corker's passion for the game inspired his son Brian. That 25 years ago, Brian did make it to the city and played his heart out with and against some of the greats of his era. Matthews, Quinlan and Jezelenko.
Well, no surprise that Brian's little boy idolised his old man and wanted nothing more to play for the Mighty Lions, just like his dad. And that little boy was me. And it wasn't that long ago that I was sitting at this induction camp, not knowing what the hell to expect from the journey ahead.
So listen up. This session will be a unique experience. This session will be about heart. This session will be about the essence of the game.
About 12 months ago, season launched before going into the 2008 season. We saw a video about Geelong. They won their first premiership in 44 years, long time, and we saw a video where they finished the game, and long after the crowd had left, probably 8 o'clock at night, everyone had left, 100,000 people all filed out of the place, and they just walked up the race of the field. There's some great footage of Joel Corey in particular, just sucking it in, and it's like they couldn't believe what had just happened to them. Probably right then I realised at the Hawthorn Football Club that we had a a fairly big challenge. And that was the start of it for us and what we thought we were going to be able to achieve.
Got rid of tendonitis in my hammy. It's back.
If for some reason, it shouldn't happen very often, but if for some reason with the 5v3 that it goes out, I get the ball and I run straight into Brownie, who needs to be the blokes that are there?
Well done, Danny. Go ahead, boy. It's Stallion from Sicily. 6th generation spaghetti eater.
Red, so there might be a couple of red forwards. Well, you can just be a ruckman.
Johnny, sweet! Johnny! Turn! Hey, Johnny!
Geelong, to their credit, actually made a decision at the start of last year. They did a real strong reassessment of their footy club and of one another, and they said, we've got the talent in our group, and they just took all before them. And we've got that opportunity to do the same thing.
A footy season, in many ways, is not unlike a training session.
Change again, Dale! Change it again! Quick!
You prepare, and you build, and you feel like you're under control. But this game is ruthless. And the minute you take your eye off the ball,
As the elite prepare for the season ahead, in parks across the country, Auskick is building the stars of tomorrow.
I suspect it's what the teachers feel when they get the new bunch of kids come in for the beginning of the year and they see what potential's there, and at the end of the year you see those kids leaving and they're going to go and play into the next class or up into the next level.
Coming from a rugby league background, I don't know anyone that their children plays AFL, and the pure joy of watching Christian running around and playing Auskick with no pressure, enjoying it, having fun, making new friends out of it, and just being part of the whole establishment. It's fantastic. It brings a smile on my face.
It's a faster moving game. It attracts, and what has worked for New South Wales is that it attracts women, and women in turn attract men.
Manly Bombers from Dun Square!
Hi Alex, how you doing?
There are a group of boys who I've talked to earlier who have got the opportunity to play a game at the SCG at the end of the year. It'll be an opportunity for about 15 of you to go and play a half-time game in the middle of the SCG, perhaps wearing Swans jumpers. Quietly.
Alex just makes me laugh at times when I see him from a distance. He really loves the game.
If I do it, if they do it on my back, I'll just go, and then go again. More.
Well done, good leap, mate.
Alex manages to ground me and bring me back every now and then, because when we get off the field, he'll go, "Dad, where's my happy?" And his happy's is a pair of boxer shorts that he's had since he was a baby, a pair of silk ones. He'll fling it over his shoulder, and his thumb will go in his mouth, and he's back just to being a 5-year-old again.
Okay.
The season begins and Coach Rodney Eade prepares his team for battle.
Went to a funeral on Thursday, like I played footy with. Then he went to Richmond. He won a premiership at Richmond. He had a badge of honour. What he stood for was just living at 100 miles an hour. Infectious. Everybody wanted to jump on board with him. Everyone wanted to be involved with him. Our badge of honour is our hearts and our contested ball and our pressure and what we want to stand for. This guy would have had no regrets in his life. Would have made countless mistakes. Didn't look backwards. It's gone. It's how you respond when the chips are down. Don't have any regrets. Don't get to September and say, if only this. It's too late. We've got control of what we have right now going forward.
It is, without doubt in my mind, the most demanding game in the world to play. Physically, psychologically, tactically and technically. No other game in the world demands of its participants what the game that you're attempting to play at the highest level now demands.
For the under-18s, this is the last chance to impress AFL recruiters. It's make or break time.
I promise you, you will be standing here after the game as national champions of Australia.
I think the one great thing about Australian football, it teaches you to stand up when you get knocked down. It teaches you persistence and resilience. It teaches you probably most of all discipline, because it's the disciplines that you will apply to yourself that allow you to eventually become the players that I know that you all want to. We've been lucky in Australian football because of where it sits in our society. It helps you develop as an individual. It certainly, I think, helps to nourish families. And in the broader society, I think it actually allows us to grow together as a community.
Two potential champions make the most of their downtime before the agonies of draft camp begin.
Yeah, I felt playing football makes you feel like you're a part of the community. Midland's not the greatest of areas. There's a lot of crime, a lot of violence. But then again, there's always the good people in the community. Yeah, me, Michael Walters and Chrissy Aaron all lived in the same street. Just Chris was next door and Michael was about 3 houses down. And we always started playing on the street, just kicking the footy around the road and in between bins and trees. And then to play at the same junior club we felt was kind of good because we were all close, but then playing at Swan Districts and then further to the under-18s carnival, it's a big jump starting on Bushby Street on the road to kicking at goals at the Telstra Dome it's kind of scary in a way, but yeah, just the way footy brings you together it's just great in that way, yeah.
And coming from Fiji, we don't have much families here, and then I thought to myself, sometimes I get disheartened because just me going to watch him. And then I thought, when I hear people cheering for him, then I realize this is his family in the football field, because when they're cheering for your son there, you know that they are your family, especially with all my family back home.
We took hold of it with both hands and, yeah, just trying to go as far as we can go.
And you do it because you like it. Love it. Because you love it. And
Up next, Darebin Falcons, Australia's finest women's team, gear up for a big season.
Geelong need a goal. They need a goal more than they have in the last 2 seasons right now.
And coming up, vision of the grand final as you've never seen before.
I think the great thing is now that you're all on a level playing field, from the #1 draft pick in Jack Watts right down to the last pick in the rookie draft. It's great to see Dan Hanbury and Sibba, old Xavier boys, my old school. So I especially look forward to watching your journey in the AFL and hopefully running out for your first game before too long and the thrill in your eyes, just as I saw the thrill in the eyes of my younger cousin Josh Kennedy, who made his debut for Hawthorn this year, another old Zav.
As I walked out this winter's night, I spied a vast green meadow.
So a fitting way to end a great career.
I saw in the pale moonlight, who'd once once stood here and done battle. A flame, you light for me as you venture to your glory.
Been very nerve-wracking, but I just hope they win it and that he goes all right.
You were once mine, I held you near and helped till you were able. For a warrior you now may be, but you started in my cradle.
David Neate started the day with a lap of honour and then spoke to the players. It's Kennedy in his first match.
Always destined to wear these colours.
As I walked out this winter's night, I spied a vast green meadow. The ghosts I saw in the pale moonlight.
It was a bit emotional just to watch him run out and run out through the banner, because for me he is my baby and it's he's my son, so I just remembered him as like a little 2-year-old, you know, he's like thinking, you know, this is his dream come true, really.
Always be this mother's treasure. You'll always be this mother's treasure.
Well, isn't that a great sight to see a young kid like that just streaming out of the centre of the MCG?
I've been out of school for about 6 years now, but I always keep an eye on the first 18 and see how they're going. And running out for my school colours back in the day certainly provided me with some of the great memories of my footy life so far.
Xavier College has produced countless AFL players throughout its proud football history. But no game is more important than defending its 10-year winning streak against arch-rivals St Kevin's.
Haven't beaten us in 12 years, all right? If you're a St Kevin's boy, would you want to knock us off? Yeah. I bloody would, all right? You guys are going to have to work so hard on Saturday for that very reason, because there is nothing that they want more than to knock off Xavier College. Blokes like Ryan O'Keefe didn't get to knock off Xavier College playing for St Kevin's. All right, and they build it up every single year. That's where this rivalry thing came about, from their past players. That's why there's a lunch, because their past players got together and said, you need to beat Xavier and we'll come and watch you. It means something, doesn't it?
A lot of people say you shouldn't hate, you know, and I don't suppose I really hate them at all. You know, there's some of them I'll even talk to, you know.
Well, Dick's been around for years. That's why they call him Old Dick, and he's got a young son playing. We'll call him Little Dick.
Inside. I really hate these guys that are going to play Saturday. I hate them a lot.
So where I say I hate Victor, I don't really hate him. I just don't want to see him ever do any good.
He's here on Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, and he runs bingos on Friday nights. And he loves the game, the passion. and he hates Victor Harbour, the team we're playing this week. He really hates them.
There's some good people down there, but like individually, but collectively, you sort of hate them, you know, because when we went to school and we started playing footy, if you got beaten by them, you had to talk to them the next day, and they give you heaps.
Yeah, we got reasons to hate them. Look, they did some dirty stuff to us last time, so boys, you got to be switched on.
They're all milk cows. Most of them are there. They're all cow milkers, good blokes.
And where I live, Back Valley, which is 8 miles out, everybody that comes from Back Valley plays for Encounter Bay, and there's the odd one that has played for Victor, you know, and you more or less ostracise them a bit, you know, really.
People, you know, you only see them probably once or twice a year. They come to the rival match.
I suppose footy's the heart and soul of a country town, really.
Whoever wins this game, we win this one, we'll cement ourselves for the finals.
You know, it keeps your whole town together. I mean, even though Victor, like down the road, the enemy, so to speak, but it's the rivalry. That's the great thing about footy, you know, in a two-team town.
Let's start really pumping up, because this means a lot to me. I don't know about every one of you guys, but I just can't wait. Let's go. Hold that. And Coxie. Keep it working. Go on, boys. Go on, boys.
Darebin Falcons are training for a shot at history.
Go. Hot, yep, click. Oh, kick. Go, kick.
It would probably be fair to say that I was born to breathe football. And that, from the first day I left hospital, Mum had me in the bassinet down at Moorabbin watching the Saints. From there, I went into the backyard and played with my brother. Unfortunately, he got bored, so I had to keep playing. I'd play on my own, throw at the footy, commentate, kick goals from all over the backyard. At that time, as a toddler, footy brought so much happiness to me. When I was about 20, I found a women's team. And it was at that point when I joined that I became so addicted. Footy has been an absolute wonderful thing. It's given me a voice. I was a very shy, introverted, scared kid. But through footy, I found something. I found a place where I felt secure. I found a place where I felt comfortable, and definitely a place where I belonged. And it was from this place that I was able to grow and develop as a person. I miss nailing ball to you, Tucker, and then you kicking goal and getting excited, okay? You have a wonderful opportunity, girls, to play with each other and do all these little things, and you do it because why?
Love it.
Because you love it. And it feels great, doesn't it? It feels great. All right, so today, again, we're going out there and we're doing it for each other. Everything that we do today, you play for each other, all right? Come on.
Palestinians and Israelis have never known each other. They've been at war for 2,000 years. They've taken our game on.
Coming up, behind closed doors with Alistair Clarkson.
You want to touch it? You guys make the decision.
None of the undisciplined stuff this week, guys.
West Coburg's a tough place to play and live, and they haven't made the finals for 16 years.
West Coburg Footy Club's a place where we bring guys from a multitude of different backgrounds, different races and creeds, and put them into one place. And it gives them an opportunity to be role models, to be leaders, to grow self-esteem and grow into men and learn life lessons.
Just listen up. Myself, Johnny Nazi, just on behalf of all the boys, we've got a few quotes. For the footy trip. We've quoted Airlie Beach to go October 24th, coming back October 27th. Airlie Beach in Queensland. On the week Sundays?
Just out of COVID.
So,
And play him here, yes, changes it up. But I don't mind him playing on the grey or the small. I don't know how long it is since we've beaten Geelong, and I don't really care. Might be 10 years, might be 15 years. But we can't have this flea brain mentality that we'll get to a stage where the opportunity will present itself, and it will present itself on the weekend, and we're going to say, no, we can't go that high, because we can. It's about believing that we're good enough to go higher and be better. From the back line, back pocket, Issa Taleb, George S. Jahood, Dave McMillan. Half back line, Marlon Abdul-Wahed, Tommy McMillan, Massad Khoury. Half forwards are Basman Abdul-Wahed, centre half forward Danny Masaki, ruck division Tony Rossius, Ravi Houcher and Christian Labosco.
With a name like DP Domenico and a background of Italian heritage, who would have thought I'd be playing right here at the MCG? The first sense as a kid that I was part of my community was through this game called AFL footy. The thing about this game, it opens up so many doors for you. More doors than I thought they'd ever open up for me. But in this year, the 150th celebration, I was honoured to coach a team called the Peace Team. 16 Palestinians and Israelis have never known each other. They've been at war for 2,000 years. They've taken our game on. They came here to Australia, playing a competition called the International Cup.
Israel was always going to be a destination of mine where I was going to end up living. It's the place where I think that every Jew in the world should be. I'm a religious Jew and I have strong faith in God and in my religion. When I heard about this project, seeing that this whole conflict can't be worked out, you know, over one or two different solutions. Like, this is definitely thinking outside the box. I've taken myself out of my comfort zone. I'd never met a Palestinian before. Meeting these guys up front and personal, once you get to know them and you get to, you know, muck around with them and you get to play with them, then you realise these guys are for real. For some of these guys, it's a 3 or 4 hour preparation. They get picked up maybe 3 or 4 hours before training starts. And, you know, they have to go through checkpoints, and some of them get searched, some of them actually, you know, it's possible that they'll get arrested. Put the camera down. I only think that the only reason why they're doing it is because, you know, they're starting to really love this game. In the beginning, it was just under 100 guys who had no idea about this game with this weird-shaped ball, how to get them to get used to the bounce of the ball and teach them the different tactics and the different skills and be able to use like kind of ice-breaking skills to get the Israelis and the Palestinians together. And Simon loves Australian rules football from the first time he saw it. His wife's Australian. Being the coach of this team and seeing that he doesn't speak Arabic, he has to very much dodge a lot of things and navigate through this minefield of cultures and dynamics between two people that there's so much history and anger, and he wants them to actually come out with a love of the game.
Okay, וזה שאתם מבינים את המשחק, לא עשיתם טאקל, ממשיך התרגיל.
I remember the first couple of trainings, everyone was there and a lot of apprehension, a lot of tension in the air. I guess it's like a universal language, you know, nothing else needs to be said. You just sort of play together, and I guess the body language, you don't even talk that much about anything, but you have this connection that just brings everyone so close and just creates this amazing dynamic.
I would say that being Jewish has definitely prepared me for being a Collingwood supporter. But you've got to be ready, you've got to be on your guard sometimes, and you've got to be ready to, you know, give back what you take.
From the Middle East to my home turf, there's the same passion.
Hey, did you hear what they said about Rocker? What? That they said that he may be fit enough to come back to the final.
Go to 3-3. So corner, middle, there, and there.
And I heard a rumour yesterday morning that Didac and Heath Shaw, the season is only till the end of next week, that they could be available for the finals.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yes,
They could be in the finals.
Yes.
Oh.
When you wear a Collingwood jumper, you're above the law. And means your own boss, your own boss, your own boss.
So one doesn't know, does one? Oh. So that'll be a slap in the puss for a lot.
Go Pies, then Robert. And he won't go. And if we get into finals, he'll play. As a valued member of our team.
He'll go straight to South Australia and he'll be a star.
And that annoys me. We'll get nothing for him.
Crazy John supporting good old Con Cleaver. Go Pies.
Look at a comment like Lee Matthews saying he could be the greatest player ever. Did you hear that? If it was half as good as him, it'd be all right. Did you hear that comment? Yeah, I did. You're 21. What do you feel about that?
Second set. Coming up, we take you deep in the finals.
Friday night football, and away we go. Lines up from 35 metres. You can't beat skill.
Look at a comment like Lee Matthews saying he could be the greatest player ever. Did you hear that? If it was half as good as him, it'd be all right. Did you hear that comment? Yeah, I did. You're 21. What do you feel about that?
Got me on the spot, mate. I'm not too sure, to be honest, mate. I'm not too sure really what to think about.
What do you think about that?
I think football is about family getting together, keeping them here, not letting them out. And it keeps them from going into town, hurting themselves or getting killed or, you know. I love sitting down on the side and just watching who's going to be the next big thing. I mean, you know, who's going to be the big footballer, good footballer, the best footballer.
Somehow the ball that Buddy kicked through the goals for his 100th ended up in Gavin's hands. I think it bounced off about 3 people in front of him. He grabbed it straight away. Immediately, one of the patrons there offered him $3,000 for the ball, but all the way along he's contacted the club and wanted to give the ball back to Buddy. So just, Gavin, here's the footy.
Good, thanks very much, Gavin. Thanks very much. We've got to go back to the YouTube.
What are you going to do with it?
What am I going to do? Probably sell it.
No.
It's a very even session. I know blokes picking reps and bursting for a rep. I just want it to be the same. The whole session's nice and even.
Do you reckon the Sydney Swans compromise on this? Do you reckon Collingwood do under Malthouse compromise this area of the game? Hey, what's our number 1 team rule?
Go when it's your turn.
Go when it's your turn. Win the hard ball when it's your turn to go. And we are too choosy at the moment. Too choosy. I don't want to be asking any questions at the end of the year in this regard. Number 1 team rule, let's get it right.
It's a very lonely place being around a football club when you're not out on the track being a part of the group.
Yeah, so the mids are trying to do the right thing and gut run. When the half forwards were providing an option.
We'll need to be up. Having said that, and with as much talent. And good teams don't lose to a right.
When you feel like you might have played your last game or your last game could be on the weekend, you're just hoping your body can hang in there and repay you all the times that you've looked after it.
Come on, old ball.
What is your discomfort then? If that's the way it looks now, what's the discomfort? As in like going back and progressing into the training, will it go back the other way? Is there a chance it could re-injure?
By the look of that, you'd say no.
Biggest thing you'll ever miss out of football is your teammates. There is no more honest place than a football club.
One of my mates passed away during the weekend.
say that. Don't want to ruin my preparations. I felt tonight was a good enough tribute for me.
You did proud of this. You did proud of all that.
It's not just the elite who share the passion.
With all that was going on in life in the 30s, work, family, running a business, footy had unfortunately taken a back seat.
Oh, get a hard ball, Ben!
Two things reignited my passion for the game. A group of us, work colleagues, would go and have a match every Friday morning.
Hey, Scotty, Wolfie's got dodgy ribs, mate. You're straight in there. Hate to let the secret out, Wolfie, but...
A handful of us, that keen on the game these days, have forked out a bucket of hard-earned cash to play in a Richmond Corporate Legends Day and running around the G for an hour before a big game.
Francis Burke's a coach. He's a coach. Jimmy Jess can't play this year, but...
Hello?
Is that Ned?
Yeah.
Well, put your gear on. I'll be home in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, what is that now?
Oh, good. Well, I'll see you shortly.
I've been waiting for hours.
All right, see you soon. The second thing, my son Ned, if I hadn't called him by 6:30, he'd ring me on the phone on the way home and he'd ask when our match was starting. So at least 3 or 4 times a week, under lights from the car, we'd have a match out in the backyard, winner take all.
That's right, baby. That's your first goal.
2-1.
Raining, you want to keep playing?
Yeah, I don't care about the rain. It's just rain.
Here we go.
Last quarter.
Last quarter. Ready?
No, second last. You rushed me over the line.
So which way am I going? You can hear him over there, ready to go.
There's
a glint in the eye, isn't there? There's a look of steel in those faces.
Coming up, it's D-Day for a couple of champions. Coburg, the old-timers still dream the dream, but the boys are up against history to secure a finals berth.
All right, guys, it's make or break this week. Make or break. We're going right now, Howard. We're in it. Long live the old-timers.
Old-timers forever. The old-timers forever.
That's not Alzheimer's, that's old-timers.
Yeah, that's right, Bill.
First off, shirts.
At West Coburg, we're here to support our guys, but we teach them that if they don't do the work, the game will discriminate against them. So we work them hard and they put in the hours, and that leaves them less energy for other distractions outside.
I've been playing footy at West Coburg since I was 16 years old. Ever since I started playing seniors here at 17, every time we come across this side here, every time before the game I'd speak to the old timers would come up to me before the side say, come on Raj, you got to do it for us this year, you got to do it for this year. It's been a long time coming for us, it's been a long time coming for us. Every single week I look them in the eyes and I say to them, we're going to do it for you this week, we're going to do it for you this week. Come on, I always come up to the ground and head down, and I'm fucking too embarrassed to look them in the eyes, too embarrassed to look them in the eyes, and see look in their face.
Let's jump out, boys.
At the Falcons, things look shaky as they aim for a third straight flag.
Oh, shit.
Push over. I've seen too many people just jog through. Alrighty? You're playing grand final, your next game. You must prepare for it like it's the hardest game in your life. Because it's going to be the hardest game in your life.
This time of year, I can be
walking around minding my own business and I'll get butterflies, and I just remember it's footy finals time. And the same thing happens in February when I feel a bit like I need to be tackling people. And footy, for me, and I think for other people who've played a lot of footy, will tell you that it's more than just footy. It actually gives you a heap of stuff that you know about yourself that carries you through anything else you do. And you have this knowledge about that you can get out of tough situations and that you can work together as a group to achieve anything. And it is an amazing feat that what you're going for. I know it's the first to going for 3, but just even as a club, to be going for 3 premierships is incredible. And to do what you're going to do on Sunday is just, like, I get goosebumps thinking about it.
Being in Jericho in the first place is a novelty for me. You know, we're not, I guess Israelis aren't allowed really in here. And just being in a city which is, there's so much history, you know, obviously it's the oldest city in the world and the lowest city in the world. And having a kick with my teammates, I guess, who, you know, Palestinian teammates, it's great. You know, it really is. It doesn't feel different to having a kick with, you know, an Australian or an Israeli teammate. And yeah, there's definitely that extra element to it, you know, knowing that this is something that is not done very often.
So I wish he came, like, anytime, any weekend, he came, like, stay in Jericho. We go practice together. I wish all my team and the Israeli team to come in to visit in Jericho.
So last night we played a game against some expat Aussies. I'd be lying if I'd said that there's no tension at all between any of the players. I mean, you know, we've got soldiers in there, we've got religious Jews, we've got thousands of years of tension bundled up in this thing we call the peace team.
Mate, so what you got to do is you take someone aside slowly.
No,
calmly.
Everyone gets pissed off because I'm the smallest and I tell them what to do.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
they don't.
Yes,
no.
they do. Yes, they do.
No, listen to me. Wait, listen to me. Because you're shouting at them. Okay, no. Attitude, mate. It's all about attitude.
People in Australia really can't underestimate how big this is.
We really don't know what to expect, you know, when we go to Australia. All we do know is that we spent the last 3 months training together and getting to know each other, and I think we've come a long way.
70-33. All right, doing really well. Motivated, ready for Australia. Everyone's got to be careful. You think we'll walk over, you know? Let's go.
This, you think about year 9 and year 10, how desperate you were to get into this side. Think about how desperate you wanted to play with your mates on a day like today.
I've talked all year about mental toughness, to be mentally attuned to the game, to come ready to play.
You can hear them over there, ready to go. Haven't beaten us in over 10 years. How hungry we
What does that
G'day boys, my name's Simon Hogan and I've played most of my football up the bush in country Victoria. It's become part of my life. It is my life. It's what I do. I wish I was sitting where you are now. I'm a father of a couple of young boys. They play at the Ivanhoe Junior Football Club here in Melbourne.
Finish it off, squeeze him nice and tight.
So it's really important that we look up and don't kick it to their big blokes who are just bludging.
But it's what the game has done for our family that I want to share with you guys today. A few years ago, we had the experience of a lifetime. We got a contract to go and live on the Tiwi Islands. It didn't take much for us to realise how important football was to them.
Football, we love football, us Tiwi.
Why?
We just love it, that's all.
Wouldn't take much to hold up a whistle, walk out in the ground, blow that whistle, and before long, you had 20 or 30 kids out on the ground ready for a game of footy. Over the past few years, our junior football club at Ivanhoe have had the good experience of inviting these kids down to stay at houses in Melbourne. We billet them out and they play at our football club and have an experience of a lifetime over 2 to 3 weeks. Kenny Wallapini was an 11-year-old boy who struck up a friendship with my 11-year-old son at the time. They became good mates. And he's been down to Melbourne, I think, for the past 3 years, every year, and stayed with us. My youngest boy, Billy, he outgrew an old pair of football boots, red, shiny, flash football boots. And he said, "Dad, what will I do with these?" And I said, "Send them up to Kenny." So we sent them up to Kenny, and every time we rang him up, he said, "When I'm coming to Ivanhoe, I wear my red boots." Fine by us, Kenny. When you come to Ivanhoe, you wear those red boots.
Up next, the International Cup hits town.
Och så snackar vi mycket, hjälper varandra, shepherds, alla de små grejerna som vi vinner matcherna.
Winner plays in the grand final, loser goes home.
Let's see what happens in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Bulldogs have been pretty good so far. Cats lead on the scoreboard. And then to have it on the burst. For the first time really tonight.
This game continues to throw up so many opportunities. So work hard and grab them when they present themselves, because this game can provide moments and experiences that you would never imagine possible.
This week has been to be honest, I didn't know how I was going to be coaching you guys. I look around the room, I'm a little bit in awe, what am I doing here? And I felt that a little bit on the Thursday. It was really quiet. But then when you start to train, my God, the skill, the awareness, the way the ball moved, it was fucking fantastic. It was exactly the reason why I reckon people stay in the game. When Kevin and I sat down in the first meeting we had, a lot of the guys in the room right now are automatic selections. Why? Because he likes the sort of players that I like, because I was trained by him, and for the amount of footy that he knows and how successful he has been, this man here, the number one rule for him has always been he loves people who are tough, who put great pressure on, and who win their own ball. Have an opportunity to do some remarkable things on a night that's unique. Yes, it is. Leo Barry's mark. Fuck, I know. That's what you have the opportunity to do tonight. To be remembered, to enhance your reputation. What an opportunity. We can get them. We've picked hard, ruthless competitors in the team where you picked yourselves. Good luck.
Where you're sitting right now is where the players came in before they go and do battle. And this is like our Colosseum. This is like when the Romans back in the days, they brought out the gladiators and the lions, whatever. This is exactly what it's like. When you're in here, you go out there. And the MCG, there's nowhere to hide. Because we only met 5 months ago, because it's your first time playing this game, there's no reason why we can't make the final. We make the final, we play here. This is your goal.
We've actually inspired many Australian people by coming here in mass to play a game that we love. The longer that you stay in this game, you'll find out more about yourself. It will test you, and it also will find your soul.
We're very lucky to have down Penny. Penny will be taking tonight.
Yes, it's a normal game, okay? There's a bit more emotions, a bit more at stake, okay? But apart from that, it's just footy, okay? We keep it simple, remember what Paddy said? Keep everything simple and just go out there and show great character.
It's not going to be pretty out there. It's going to be difficult. You have to draw on something. What is it? Praise. Get it out. Praise. That's why we do it.
We're here to have some fun, and if we can, bury those pricks in the other room.
Truth over here.
That side, all right, Desi? We want you to play on that side over there.
Let's get out there.
Go Tigers!
And what today is a final spot. That's the position we're in. It is us or them. Now, it just so happens that falls on a derby day against Victor. To me, it's just a little bit of a bonus. You play footy in order to play finals. That's what we're here for.
If you've just rocked up, this is the International Cup, Australian Football 2008. The world is at your feet.
And when we do that, lads, when we come off the field, and when you look that man in the face, like you're looking in his face now, and say, I gave 110 for you. I gave everything I had for you.
Mads, kan tage jeres hårde arbejde, det er spildt.
I want to see some more muscle. Happy, no missing tackles. Let's go!
Och så snackar vi mycket hjälp på varandra, shepherds, alla de små grejerna som vi vinner matcherna.
That makes sense, everyone? Yes.
You guys are here for one reason, and that is for you guys are going to create history in our game and in your in your world, okay? All right? Chance again, boys. Make the most of it. Love this. Childhood dream, this one. Really rock and roll. Ah, boys. Come on. There goes this. We're at the Raw. It's amazing. Here comes Juddy. Superstar. What opportunity to play with this bloke. Much him. Ready to go, mate? Ready to go? Ready to go, mate. Good punt there, fun, mate. Can't wait. Good down there. Get a few lace out on your tit early, mate.
Let's make EJ proud. Look each other in the eye. Let's make it a fucking good night. Come on, let's go. Going down this way, boys.
Someone get on the end there.
That'd be a good place for that. The team ought to do this. They'd be a darn sight fitter than they are, wouldn't they? Oh, dear.
Well, pretty smart, isn't it? Still shit out.
But I reckon Burnsy is injured. And
look at their skip like pussies. Like pussies. That's a good banner, mate. I like that. Let's go. Let's go.
It's one of the loneliest places in the world when you can't get out there, when your body keeps failing you. When you were young, you felt like you were bulletproof. But as you get older, you really appreciate how lucky you are to be a part of a great game. You realise this game that you played all your life has become so much a part of you.
Saw Shane Crawford there, and obviously you would imagine he will be improved by the run.
The biggest thing you'll miss about football is being around your teammates every day, forming unbelievable friendships that you hope will last a lifetime. On the road, it's a great bonding experience. You're all in it for the same reasons. You all know where you want to go and what you want to achieve. The thing about football clubs, there's no more honest place in the world for players to know what's going on with their appearance, whether or not they're getting ahead of themselves, about the girlfriend they're dating. They will get the honest and hard-hitting feedback. And there's nothing more rewarding than going interstate, just sticking together, being dedicated to what you want to do and what your team wants to achieve.
So they're going to hit defensively, so where do you reckon we want to hit? And the goalpost there, but we need the wingers, which allow the half forwards to squeeze out. The amount of times, even when you're not playing, that I've seen die at the footy, just says a hell of a lot about your family. But the best thing, irrespective of premierships and the journey and all the triumph that you try to achieve along the way, the best thing you get out of footy is the mates that you make along the way. I don't know what's going to be happening when you're 80 years of age, Croft, but I know there's going to be heaps of mates with you who just love playing with you, and it's the most satisfying part of being involved in a footy club.
It's strange how players say milestone games don't mean much to them. To play 300 games with the one club, with the players that I love, and on top of that, run out with my son, it'll be the highlight of my career.
You're going to run out in the field with them?
Okay, boys, let's go. One on the wing. Good on you, Paul.
I hope you have as much fun as I do today. Now you're making Daddy very proud. Look at the big picture of Daddy. Look at the big picture of Daddy. You going to run with Daddy? Come on, hold Daddy's hand. We're going to run. Good boy, mate. Come on. Through the big banner. Ready? That's a good boy. Hey? Yeah. That's what the hawk is.
Hey? Front quarter time, that's all we focused on here. Go, boys. Feet first, boys. Feet first. Let's go. Let's get it.
Push them back into the hole. Don't let Bradshaw get those easy marks.
Boys, I just want to say, I love playing footy with you blokes. Stick to our team rules. Play your role. Just keep it simple. Don't overdo it. And we'd love to come off and win at the end of the day. Come on, boys. Just play your role. Play your role.
Up next, a few familiar voices are after blood.
Smack you in the mouth, Barry!
It's 50.
Coming up, the hits get harder as the stakes get higher.
Geelong may be the team that's hanging on at the moment.
This game will test you psychologically in a mental toughness sense like nothing else. You're going to get 9 kicks in the butt before you get a chance to lick the ice cream.
What does that smell?
Listen to you 12 here, and you levels, you want this more than anything. You've been here for 8 years or 1 year or 2 years. It doesn't matter. You play for bread and play. Got us, boys.
Now, boys. Let's go, boys. Right now.
contest is. Otherwise, you just fucking spectate, really.
We can work through that barrier, which they don't work through. Money doesn't make you work through pain. All right? Desire, closeness, spirit makes you work through that. And we will work over it.
We've done it in the past, boys. We know we've got it in us.
We've done it in the past, boys. You have done it in the past.
We know we've got it in us. We're just gonna have belief in ourselves.
Come on, boys. We've got to live. Let's go.
Intensity, jump on the ball. Don't be afraid of it.
Let's put the body behind and let's go on. This could be the bloody greatest win of your bloody life.
Don't come off this footy ground going, you know what? In my head, the only thing I've got is that contest that I should have, could have, would have. Let's pull something out of our pockets here.
It'll mean so much to the people of this town to know how much they put in to make this town a proud place.
לוקחים אותו, אתם רואים שחקן בריטי, תופסים אותו, תופסים אותו.
But one thing you've done there already is shown that you can run and you're committed and you're going very, very well. Okay, forget the scoreboard. For your first half of football there, everything's okay. But now, I want you guys to score against this mob. That's the first goal we want tonight. The only goal I want is I want you guys to score. The first person who scores, I will buy them a beer.
It's just those other little things, our disposal, those simple little basics, we've got to get them right, especially in these conditions.
Well, Billy, fire up.
Let's in together.
In and under.
1, 2, 3.
So what are you guys doing? Are you guys running on the SCG sometime?
Yeah, last game versus Brisbane.
Versus the Brisbane Lions, you're all running out in the SCG. There's a lot of history that goes around the SCG, but I can still remember standing in the race, which is what you guys are going to be doing, and I was really nervous. I could hear the crowd just really starting to echo, and it was getting really loud outside because there's been a lot of great names that have run onto that ground. Does anyone know Don Bradman?
Yeah.
Yeah, he ran out into that ground. Been people like Paul Kelly and Barry Hall and players like that have all run onto the ground that you guys are going to be running onto. So who's coming to watch you?
My whole family. My whole family. Go Sydney! Yeah!
And who here loves playing AFL? It's pretty cool, isn't it? You should all love it because it really is. It's a fantastic game, and it doesn't matter whether you're big or small or whether you're a bit chubby, that's all right. If you're chubby, you can go throw your body around, that's fine. If you're skinny, you can run around people. So it doesn't matter what body shape you are, everyone can have a go, and I suppose that's what really brought me into the game, and that's why I still love playing it now.
We've got something that's just sitting right there. It's just sitting there. Is it reachable? Yeah. Here it is. But it'll be decided not by how good Geelong is and how good Western Bulldogs or Sydney or Adelaide, but it'll be decided by the people in this room. You want to touch it? You guys make the decision.
Well, a feast of stars out there tonight. Some of the major players as the first of the finals matches is not too far away at the G.
Has extraordinary powers to kick 8 tonight. And there's been no ton hangover, has there? There has been no over-celebrating as far as Bodie's concerned. It was probably a little bit of pressure off him to kick the ton last week, and he's just gone to work tonight and enjoyed himself. Well, it's a bit too trite to say that Franklin was the difference between the two sides, because they won by 51 and he kicked 50, but they had a lot of great players tonight.
And that's a big win for them, but just looking at them, very controlled, very understanding of the position they find themselves in September.
Doesn't matter what the hell has happened the previous 26 or 28 weeks. There's 4 teams that have got the opportunity to go through the grand final. So we're one of those now. So pat on the back, terrific start, right? But we fell into the trap last year. Let's get it too far. We've got more time to prepare for this preliminary final. It's absolutely critical. Every day is critical right now. Make sure that you do everything you can to prepare as if you're playing next Friday or Saturday. Because we're going to give you a bit of rest, we're going to do a bit of work. It's all part of the cycle. We are now in the perfect position. Perfect position.
Second semi-final of the MCG under lights, Friday night football, and away we go. Lines up from 35 metres. You can't beat skill.
Out wide, they've done it after a decade.
Show what you got inside that jumper. We bleed for that, but you played as a team, as a group, and you was paid the price, whatever it was. And just enormous character. We know we've got it. Know we've got it. And you just played your hearts out. Fantastic. Couldn't be more proud of you. Sensational fight back against a team that's a proven finals performer and smashed it. Well done. Terrific.
Get to your families, you made yourselves proud, your fans proud, honour the champ, but we know what's going to give us our best opportunity. We're really proud of your efforts. Fantastic effort. Well,
Got to say Melbourne has turned on a glorious night, just a little brisk.
There's another great kick to Murphy leading up. Such an important player.
Trying to work it back, kicks it behind. 17-8 from set shots now for the big man.
Hard enough to get the shots, but the ability to convert or not convert is just so critical in the end result.
Terrific win into the final, the grand final next week.
Two icons of the
690 games between them.
Because there's no emotion. We all know.
Do you think Hawthorn will do it for Crawford more than the Saints will do it for Harvey?
And the dream's still alive for Crawford. He's not the only bloke playing this weekend who wants a premiership. Harvey on the weekend. There's a few of those old guys still hanging around, aren't there?
Look at this, he's kicking them all ways. What's he doing, dude?
I've always loved training, getting out and doing stuff, so I've got to somehow replace that. The actual getting out and playing games, that's what I've always done. It's always, you know, you get great confidence out doing it, so I don't know, I've got to somehow replace that. For the first 2 years, it's almost like you'd have to just nearly get away from it, I don't know, to try and get away and do something else and try and forget about it in a way, which I reckon it's going to be really hard.
Robert Harvey is now looking at the final curtain, and it's coming down in a way that he wouldn't have wanted. Going to be a long night for him now.
There'd be no question I'd give both Brownlows up for a premiership, and yeah, I'd be surprised if there's any player that's won it that wouldn't, and I suppose this guy's lucky enough to have done both. You're so lucky to be able to do that as a job, like to go and, you know, it's a lot of fun, and just the 2 hours on a Saturday that you play, you'd never be able to replace that.
It's an emotional moment. Look at that, those two great champs of the game. Almost 700 games between them. 21 seasons for Robert Harvey, boys.
No other player in the history of the game has spanned 21 seasons.
If there's anything I suppose I'd like to be remembered for, it's that I love St Kilda, like as a club, and that I gave all that I had to the club over a long period, and that there's nothing really more that I could have left out on the field. If that's something I could be remembered by, I'd be pretty happy.
And there's still one little hurdle to go. And Hawthorn, they're ready to be able to take on the Cats. They've shown all year they're the second best team in the competition. Now they've got to show them that they are the best.
go with the flag grand final with boys. Don't try and fight everything off. Here's me saying that. I'm the biggest fighter of that sort of stuff of all time. But go with the play. Don't do over the top in terms of what you normally do. But don't try and fight it. Enjoy the week. It's a wonderful experience for all of us. I wouldn't have to be this week either. We're not just going to get into a grand final, boys. We want to be going in there with unbelievable shots. Get them, knock them off.
How good are you going?
Where do you finish the
Retired from the game just on top. What a way to go. Several years of fucking football comes down the next Saturday.
Up next, the coaches tell it like it is.
Because we just want the easy ball fucking right. But it's not going to come that way. Harden the fuck up!
It's not your man, it's our man. It's not individual goals, it's our goals. It's not from one of us chasing hard, it's all of us. And that has been the strength of our side for the whole year.
At the SCG, the Manly Bombers' big moment has arrived.
Club will be looking for you.
But when we're standing in the race and we're about to go, I'll have a word to them. They'll get excited, they'll get pumped. And then we'll just run onto that field. And they'll run like the wind.
Get down, you little shit! Open your bloody eyes up!
Seconds is a lot can happen in that time throwing a footy match, Gary, can't it?
Where is he? There's one word that I've got here. One word only is selfish footballers. We became selfish. We all cared about ourselves. We didn't work because we just want the easy ball fucking what. Well, it's not going to come that way. Harden the fuck up! You going to let these guys blow you away? Or are you going to make a fucking game of this fucking game? I hate this game.
Leeds 16. We're down about 3 players on the bench at the moment, but you know what?
My dream as a kid was having a game on the MCG, and by the age of 40, it was realised. Kicking a goal with the family in the stand, and particularly young Ned, who's already built a great passion for the game, was one of the most satisfying moments I've lived. Unfortunately, it did cost a bucket load of cash.
It's a goal, the money can't buy bucket.
Football teaches kids to get in line, to be part of a team. And it turns kids into men and men into better men.
Well, I said, doesn't matter what happens, you know, the bloody drought or half your cows have died or something, but if you won the footy, it's not so bad. And I can't imagine life without it.
Get ready.
Tell you what, he's kicked it.
are here in the land of opportunity. While you have it, you grab hold of it and run with it.
No matter who you are, whether you're the 2-year-old kid or whether you're the 95-year-old grandmother, everyone loves their footy and everyone's basically looking at us. So we're a lot of people's hopes and dreams when they're little kids, and we're what a lot of people look back on when they're a little bit old.
My great coach, John Kennedy, his first statement to me was, David, fill the pages of your glorious youth because they will be quickly turned.
We brought it down and we said, you know what, we can't change the whole world. Let's just kick a goal. Let's get there, let's make that our goal, and we did it. And the guys were completely ecstatic. Really fantastic.
Together, all play together like one hand.
The thing to me about AFL footy is that it brings people together. We've all got something in common and we all love footy. And it's not just the players, it's all the people that it involves. To me, people think of Australia as a nation, it's all about sport. And to me, this is the best sport in the best country in the world.
I think you have a responsibility to nourish the good things in the game with your behaviour. Respect those that look after you, but respect the game in itself.
When you win and you hold up that cup, it's not about that cup, it's about what it signifies. And it signifies the fact that, as a group, you've able to achieve a set of goals, you've able to sit down at the start of the season and finish what you've started. And there's nothing more satisfying than doing that as part of the team.
In this, the 150th year of Australian football, one of these clubs will be crowned AFL Premier for season 2008.
Up next, this is the essence of the game.
He's just waiting for the draft, and we don't know where he's going to end up. I feel happy for him, and I feel sad in a way that we're going to be separated, but he's got his life, and he needs to move on.
Round 1. Selection 1, Melbourne.
Player 208-660, Jack Watts, Sandringham Dragons.
Selection 2, West Coast Eagles.
Player 208-501, Nick Natanui, Swan Districts.
Selection 5, Essendon.
Player 208-603, Michael Hurley, Northern Knights.
Selection 7, Brisbane Lions.
Player 208-539, Daniel Rich, Subiaco.
Selection...
So it's all before you. Take the ball, make every post a winner. Because when I've got a little fella, I'll be able to tell him that I've played alongside some of the game's greats. Might be a kid from Fiji who could jump higher than any other player before or since. Or a blonde surfer from the West, a private school champion, a courageous backman from Ivanhoe, or simply a father's son from the bush. So play hard, boys, and enjoy the journey. And just remember, when the going gets tough, the number 16 from the Brizzy Lions splits you in two, rest easy in the knowledge and respect the fact that you're privileged to be part of a game that means so much to so many. The best bloody game on the planet. And one final thing, boys, take a look behind you. That's where you want to be on the last Saturday in September, the biggest day, with the biggest stakes and your opportunity to fill the pages of your own story.
In this, the 150th year of Australian football, one of these clubs will be crowned AFL Premier for season 2008.
I think every minute, every week, every day, every minute that goes past, I think people are realising now that there's 4 quarters of footy between where we are now and the finding out who that premier is.
But today is about what happens today. The scoreboard is going to be 0-0 apiece at the start of the game, and so there will be one in today's 2.5 hours, and Geelong have been clearly the best team for a couple of years, but it doesn't matter. Hawthorn are a genuine challenger who are in really good shape over the last month.
I'll tell you one thing, a day like today, that's what's so good about playing this side. Because they hate quick elusive forwards, but we've got good ones there. They hate a team with great accountability and ferocious attack on the footy and hunting around the contest. Sharks, they have to have forward momentum. Sharks die. They die if they get caught in a net because there's no water and oxygen running over their gills. So as soon as they stop, they die. What's that got to do with this? They're trying to come through us like a shark. Good luck to them. Good luck to them on grand final, big stage, lots of pressure, the best defensive pressure side of the competition they're coming up against. And they haven't got a win-loss ratio record against us that favours them over the last 5 times we've played them. And we have to kill this shark as early as we possibly can. Because if it just sits there, the shark, it's just going to die. We must reach the goal and trample on anyone who tries to stop it.
Well, we've got seven minutes till the warm up inside, okay? Physio, massage, home time. Use it well.
This is a magnificent sight, isn't it? Grand final day at the MCG. Blue sky, no clouds, sun out, 22 degrees. Can it get any better than that?
It's not your man, it's our man. It's not individual goals, it's our goals. It's not from one of us chasing hard, it's all of us. And that has been the strength of our side for the whole year. Just relentless team footy.
On this magnificent day, this last Saturday in September, with so much at stake between two great teams, both getting ready to come out.
This Hawthorn team ready to go. A brilliant day. They'll cherish that moment.
So what destiny awaits this team that has swept all before them and given us so much pleasure in watching them play? A big wind was blowing. It's been called Geelong. It's 51-48. This is grand final footy. Geelong may be the team that's hanging on at the moment. Serving, break the drought. Yes, of course he can.
Made the ball at 50. Rioli thought about going back. Now he's got the crowd. Franklin didn't take the mark, but all's well. All's well.
Hawthorn's in front. Right, and Rioli brilliant here. Absolutely brilliant, Rioli.
Fantastic. That's what wins your matches.
You can't coach that, can you?
No, that's instinct.
Geelong need a goal. They need a goal more than they have in the last 2 seasons right now.
To that two once more. Unlikely bunky hero. He's in desperate trouble. Head passes back. Williams goes in.
Twister there, Dewey, on the sidelines with X.
Well, we got back into the contest. Well done. We got back into the fucking contest around the middle of the ground. Camo did a good job. So did Twister. Second jumps were a little bit better. Boys, just come in close. Come on. Big fucking hear things like Dakota and how hard we've worked as a group and how much you blokes want to be mates for life. Something to bind you together for the whole fucking line. There's a fucking win here today. We fucking go hard. We really need you in here. Deep guys. We do some real special work on the team.
Anything can happen. Start of the final term. Hawks lead by 17 points.
He goes safe. He's
Quickly on Franklin. Oh, he's done it. He's done it. He's put the icing on the cake. He's made it home now. Not far enough. Mitchell quickly goes on to the left foot. The captain's kicked the goal.
The Hawthorn fans in this stadium are ecstatic.
The champions. The long wait for Crawford over. What a team on and off the field that turned out to be.
Seasons of hard work. In the case of one fella, it's 17 seasons of hard work. Well, you guys will be best mates for the rest of your lives. As I said before the game. Best thing, irrespective of premierships and the journey and all the triumph that you try to achieve along the way, the best thing you get out of footy is the mates that you make along the way.
Hey Rob! We are the club and we play to win. Running the bus with a grin. That Hawthorn government and fight a striving. Teamwork is the thing that talks for 3, 2, 1 for all and all for one. The way we are at Hawthorn. We are the mighty fighting horse. That's what we're talking about!
What everyone is striving. Teamwork is the thing that talks 2, 3, 4. One for all and all for one. It's the way we play at Hawthorn. We are the mighty fighting horse. Yeah, that's what we were talking about.